Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming for weekly Gita study. We are actually continuing from last time. So we were discussing about God and gods. Hmm. So the question comes because in India we have seen our parents or grandparents, they worship so many gods on the altar. Sometimes very confusing to understand. Are they all the same? Is there anyone considered to be the supreme or superior to the others? So therefore, in this seminar, we are seeing God and gods. One God is capital G God. That is, you see here. You can see capital G God has only one, and gods, many other gods. Okay, so we are going to see some analysis. So last time we did a skit. You remember Ram and Sham, right? Those of you who were there. So in Ram and Sham, when they were discussing, they discussed few vital points that natural elements, they don't move on their own. There's someone controlling the natural elements, like water. The example given was of water cycle. If water, air, sun, these are all dead elements, how does the water, how is the water pushed by the air towards the earth? And based on the sunshine, there is rain. But this happens periodically. Rainy season we can even predict, isn't it? In India now is the rainy season. So every year this is the period of rain in India. Or in different parts of the world it's different season, but it's all periodic. That means there's an arrangement. So if water, air and sun and earth, these were all dead elements, how can they have a good arrangement like that? That means there is some higher force controlling these elements, isn't it? So we also discussed that in this world, whenever some suffering is inflicted, when we undergo some suffering, that means there is someone inflicting the suffering. Say for example, ant only sees 2D, two dimensions, x and y. So for an ant, if you say for example you are putting water from the top, so ant is going in one direction, you put a drop of water, so it becomes some sort of a obstacle. So what does the ant do? It takes about turn and goes somewhere else, and then you put a water drop here, then you're again blocking the ant's path. So ant doesn't know where is the obstacle coming from, because it is only two dimension. You can see x and y only, xy plane, but it cannot see that there is another person from the top putting obstacles. Similarly, for the living entities in this world, you will find there are tsunamis, there are cyclones, there are earthquakes, so many things produced. So many disasters are there, but who is inflicting these disasters? The Bhagavad Gita, the scriptures say it is Durga Devi. The Trishul. Trishul represents three modes, something more. What does Trishul represent?
I know the three things. The problems we get.
Yes, the kleshas, the miseries. So Durga's Trishul represents miseries. So one is Adi Daivika Klesha. That means miseries caused by natural forces. Adi Bhautika Klesha, miseries caused due to other living entities. And Adi Atmika Klesha, miseries caused due to one's own body and mind. So this is Trishul. So just as Durga is inflicting miseries upon us, but we don't know where is misery coming from. We're just suffering and we are questioning, why am I suffering? But there's a higher force. So just as this ant doesn't know where is the obstacle coming from, but it is us who is putting water, isn't it? So we discussed that in this world, for the nature to act, nature, Krishna says, nature acts under my direction. Maya dakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kaunteya jagad viparivartate. He says that this material world is acting under my supervision, Arjuna. That means how I want, according to God's will, this material nature is acting. So therefore in this world there is nothing happening by random chance, by random theory or by chance theory, by some sort of permutation combination. There's nothing. This is all planned, happening, arranged, organized under the supervision of Krishna. So we saw many examples like that last time. We also saw nature produces fruits, vegetables, gives us sunlight, air. None of these are produced by the scientists. The scientists can produce nuts and bolts, but you cannot eat them. Finally, you have to depend on God for anna, for grains. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So all these examples we have seen last time. Yeah. So therefore, in nature also, all these moon, you have a presiding god of moon, that is Soma. Then you have presiding deity of the sun, which is Surya Dev. You have presiding deity of wind, Vayu. You have presiding deity of water, Varun Dev. So all these elements, there is a presiding deity, and therefore they act under their direction. But all these demigods, they all act under the direction of Supreme Lord. That's what we are coming towards. And if you remember, we also discussed the PPT about Japanese gods. It's very similar to our the demigods here. Yeah. See, Varuna is called Suiten. Yama is called Emma. Agni is called Katen. Mahakal, Daikokuten. Saraswati, Benzaiten or Bantin. Ganesh is Shoten, Kangiten. Brahma is Bonten. Vayu is Huten. Vaishravana or Kuber is Bishamonten. Maheshwara is Makaishwaraten. Ishanten, Nilkant, Shokyo Kanon. Prithvi, Jiten. Surya, Niten. Chandra is Gaten. Narayana Vishnu is Narayanten. Pretty close. Kumar Kartikeya is Kumaraten. So similarly, there are many gods even in Japanese scriptures. These are mentioned, or their history, or some archaeological surveys. These have been found out.
Who is Ishwar?
I don't know who is Ishan. There are many Ishan characters in history. I don't know which is this referring to. Ishan. I don't know. Okay, so we did this also, right? We saw how each one of these demigods, they're responsible for each one of these departments in the universe. So today we will continue from. Okay, we will have this next conversation. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I need one Ram and one Sham. Who wants to be Ram? Don't be shy. Ram, thank you. And Jitesh can be Sham. Because you are right next to each other. Okay. Yes, Puneet.
Some of my friends are asking, can't we accept all gods to be equal and let everyone worship any one of them as per their choice? They say it is up to their individual faith and we should not interfere with it. What do you say, Sham?
So you have to hear this attentively, because what is the question Ram is asking? See? See? That means you are not hearing attentively. Can we not accept all gods as one?
Should I be more dramatic?
We have to be much more dramatic. Hare Krishna.
Is it right? Let's try again. Just as we have one prime minister for our country and many chief ministers and crores of citizens, similarly, according to the Vedic scriptures, there is one supreme being, Lord Shri Krishna, who has several subordinate gods or controllers called as demigods, like Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Chandra, Varun, Vayu, to assist in the administrative affairs of the universe, and there are countless eternal living beings like all of us. All these living beings are conscious, but amongst them one is supremely conscious. He is the singular supreme because he is maintaining all the others.
Yeah, in Kat Upanishad it is mentioned, Nityo Nityanam Chetans Chetananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadhati Kaman. Nityo Nityana means there's one eternal, like capital E eternal, and many others who are also eternal, small e eternal. Then Chetana Chetanana means one conscious, capital C conscious, and others are also conscious, small c. So one singular, one and many, but that one maintains the needs, fulfills the desires of the many. Yo vidadati eko bahunam yo vidadati kaman. That's mentioned in Kathopanishad. Yeah.
Most people think all gods are equal, or you can worship any god and you'll go to the same destination, or I am God, you are God, everyone is God.
Actually, these are all misconceptions. Can you say Prime Minister, Chief Minister, Member of Parliament, MLA, all are same? Everyone has their position and portfolio, isn't it?
Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutastanvanti Divyaistavai. Please repeat.
Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra
Vedai Sanga Padakramopanishadair Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navido Sura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha.
Suta Goswami said, unto that personality, Lord Krishna Vasudev, whom Brahma, Varun, Indra, Rudra, and the Maruts praise by chanting transcendental hymns and reciting the Vedas with all their corollaries, Padakramas, and Upanishads, to whom the chanters of the Sam Ved always sing, whom the perfected yogis see within their minds after fixing themselves in trance and becoming fully absorbed in thoughts of him, and whose limit can never be found by any demigod or demon. Unto that supreme personality of Godhead, I offer my humble obeisances.
So Sham is quoting Bhagavatam to say how all the demigods are offering their obeisances and their prayers, and the Upanishads and different scriptures like Samaveda, they're all glorifying that one supreme Lord. To that Lord I offer my obeisances, humble obeisances, he's saying. Ram?
That was a nice quote, Sham. I agree with you. At the same time, some people quote
Yeah.
Akashat patitam toyam yatha gacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskara keshavam prati gacchati.
Yeah.
Just as a drop of water falling from the sky ultimately goes to the ocean, in the same way, all worship performed for all the demigods ultimately goes only to Lord Krishna. On the basis of this verse, such people claim whether we worship Shiva, Brahma, Ganesh, Vishnu, or Krishna, it is all the same. Ultimately, everything goes to the Brahma Jyoti, or the absolute truth,
Unknown absolute.
unknown absolute.
If the claim of such people has any substance, then the verse should read as follows: Sarva Deva Namaskara Brahma Jyoti Prati Gacchati. But the actual verse mentioned above clearly distinguishes between Sarva Deva, all demigods like Shiva, Kartikeya, Ganesh, and Keshavam Prati, Lord Sri Krishna. This shows that Lord Keshava or Krishna has a unique position above all other demigods. Although it is true that all our offerings to the demigods are meant actually for the pleasure of Krishna, still they are not a direct offering of love to Krishna. Worshipping the various demigods is like watering the branches, leaves, twigs, etc. of the tree, whereas worshipping Lord Krishna directly is like watering the root of the tree.
When we had this shloka in third standard, third grade, in Sanskrit textbook, so we were taught that all your demigods take your prayers to Krishna.
You're a Vaishnava school teacher, I think.
That is a wonderful explanation. That verse definitely gives special emphasis to Lord Krishna as Keshava, and it puts all other demigods in one category as different from him. Also, it is clearly depicted that all worship and prayers are ultimately meant for Krishna. Thank you so much for your nice explanation.
Whatever I say is all on the basis of Vedic scriptures, which have stood the test of time and which present authentic truths for all mankind. By simply accepting the Vedic authority and following in our lives, we can become peaceful, happy, and stably situated in our lives.
Thank you, friend. I'll explain all these things to my classmates today.
Yeah. Okay, so some vital points you can recollect from the conversation between Ram and Shyam. Yes, so many points they discussed. Examples, analogies, whatever.
So one of the point was like all the drops come into the ocean. So whatever we are praying, one of the points which is called was like if even if we pray to demigods, it's basically going to Krishna. But it's like when we pray to demigods, we are basically watering leaves, branches of the tree. When we
Correct.
are praying directly to Krishna, we are watering the root of the tree itself.
Yes, very good. So if you water the root of a tree, then what's the need to water every branch, every twig, every leaf, every fruit? It's just too much endeavor. Too many gods to deal with. Just worship Krishna, everyone is satisfied. Very nice. Then anything else? What do you recall?
Does it actually go to Brahmajyoti?
No. So he was saying the friends was, some people say that if Sarvadeva Namaskara Keshavam Pratigachati, that means you offer Namaskar to anyone, it goes to Keshava. That means everyone is same, like that he was saying. So the friend said, actually, if that is the case, then you should say Sarvadeva Namaskara Brahmajyoti Pratigachati. But it says Keshava Pratigachati. That means, yeah. So what, therefore the verse, there's a separation created between Krishna as one category and the demigods as the other category. There's a separate this categorization made. Yes, any other? Yes.
Not all gods are the same. The way we have been kind of taught, or like told when you're growing up, right? Like every god is the same, so that is also like not true. Every god has a unique position, and like how the point mentioned, right? Like there is only one prime minister. There can be chief minister and MLA. So ultimately,
or if someone says all chief minister, prime minister, MLA, everyone is same, is not. Like that point was
there is one god with a capital G, and the other are gods with a lower case G.
Very good. Thank you. And one more. Anything else? Yes, bro. Give me the mic.
So now that we know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality and rest are following under his instructions. So when we approach Ganesha or when we approach Shiva, how should we pray? How should we be grateful for them? Because we know they are contributing to our lives as well.
So just as if you go to the, say you go to a big mansion and you go to one person over there and you're saying you're the owner of this home, the whole palace belongs to you, you're the proprietor, you're the enjoyer of this palace. If he's not the owner, he feels a little ashamed. He says, no, it's actually my father, it's not me. You say, no, it is you. So you're actually embarrassing him. So rather you say your father is the proprietor, he is the enjoyer, everything belongs to him, he'll also be happy. So when you glorify the Supreme Lord as being the Supreme, and you offer respects to all the gods in relation to their connection with the Supreme Lord, then everyone is happy. To unnecessarily falsify one's position as the Supreme, you become embarrassed, isn't it? Say for example, someone else, say someone sang Kirtan, and you were standing next to him playing Kartal. But then I come to you and say, Prabhuji, what a Kirtan today. Amazing Kirtan you did. You feel embarrassed with someone else, isn't it? So you don't want to take false credit. You feel embarrassed, it's not me. And he's doing it in front of everyone. So you want to just tell him, it's not me, it's someone else. So like that. So when the demigods hear themselves being glorified as the Supreme Lord, then they feel a little uncomfortable. That, Baba, it's not me. Understand who is the Supreme Lord. Actually, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in second canto, if I'm not wrong, in second canto it was mentioned that Narada Muni was, he approached Lord Brahma and he started glorifying Lord Brahma as the Supreme Lord. Then Brahma felt he was hearing all this. Narad Muni was saying, "You are the original living entity. You have no beginning, you have no end. Everything comes from you. You are the creator of everything, this maintainer of everything, destroyer of everything." So finally Brahma said, "Wait a minute, who told you these things? Though I am being put in a position of creation of this universe, behind me there is a Supreme Lord who told me to do it." So Brahma, being a little ashamed, he said, "Arey, it's not me. Understand, Vishnu is the one." In Bhagavatam it comes. Then he tells Narada, "It is not me. Don't again tell someone else. Brahma did everything." It's a little embarrassing. Later on, if they find out it was not Brahma, it was someone else, then it sounds cheap. Everyone understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So therefore, when we approach the gods, we give them respect. We offer them respect, and we ask them to give any boon that can remove any kind of obstacles, or that can make our path to Krishna easier. Like if you meet Ganapati, he is a devotee of Lord Nrsimhadev. You can ask for devotion to Lord Nrsimha. You can ask him to his Vignaharta to remove obstacles on the path to Krishna. These things you can ask. But to say that just removes obstacles, you are the greatest, Ganapati doesn't like it, isn't it? Okay. But we don't offend any gods. That is very important. We don't offend any god because they're also working on behalf of Krishna. But at the same time, neither do we offend, nor do we give them a false position. We give them respect according to their position in relationship with Krishna. Is that okay? Okay. But there's a relationship between Shiva and Krishna. So this I think some other time we will do. See, this verse is important. Nimnaganam yatha ganga devanam achyuto yatha vaishnavanam yatha shambhu purananam idam tatha.
Just as the Ganga is the greatest of all rivers, Lord Achyuta, the supreme among deities, and Lord Shambhu, the greatest of Vaishnavas. So, Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest of all Puranas.
Yeah, so here in this verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned Lord Shiva is the greatest Vaishnava. Vaishnavana yatha Shambhu. Okay, so we will not do these things. We'll do Lord Krishna and Shiva some other time. And now relationship between Krishna and demigods. So we saw that Yam Brahma Varunendra Ruddha Marutastunvanti Divyastavai. All the demigods offering prayers to Krishna. So Ekale Ishvare Krishna Arasabhritya, it is said. There is one supreme Lord, Krishna, and everyone else is a servant. All other gods. So the relationship is what? Krishna is the supreme Lord, and what is the position of the demigods? They're all given administrative positions to rule or run the administration of this universe. That's the position of the demigods. So they are appointed by Krishna. So they are pretty close to Krishna, but they are not on the position of the Lord. But they are appointed by Krishna. So any problem comes, any demon is attacking, what do? Immediately they run to Brahma, and Brahma takes all of them to Shri Sagar, where Lord Vishnu is lying in the serpent bed. Then they offer Purushukta prayer. Sometimes they cannot even see him. Then Lord Vishnu has to manifest himself. Then they can see him. Then Lord Vishnu says, "Don't worry, I'm coming." Either as Varahadev or as Krishna. Or again, time and again, millennium after millennium, Krishna descends. But all the demigods in times of danger, they go to the Supreme. That's the point. Yeah, isn't it? Demigods run to the Supreme Lord for help. Yeah. You read the sentence?
If the demigods have to seek protection from the Supreme Lord, how can they be equal to the Lord?
Okay, so why we are discussing this now? Because in the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which we are going through, Krishna is talking about demigod worship. He's saying if everything, even our faith to worship a particular demigod, I am giving that faith, Krishna says. So he says, even if you offer worship to demigod, it comes to me. It is an indirect worship of me only. So he's saying, why are you coming to me indirectly? Come to me directly. It's like going to Krishna is like this. Going to Krishna through demigod is like this. So why circus? You can eliminate the circus. Come to me directly. That's what Krishna is saying. So we will see. I'll just show you the Bhagavad Gita. See, please read. Antavattu phalam tesham
Antavattu phalam tesham
tadbhavatyalpamedhasam
tadbhavatyalpamedhasam
devan devaya joyanti
devan devaya
madbhakta yanti mamapi.
madbhakta yanti mamapi.
Translation.
Men of small intelligence worship the demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of the demigods, but my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet.
So Krishna is making clear distinction between Krishna worship and demigod worship. If one worships Krishna, I don't have anything to write, otherwise I would have shown by writing. If you make two tables, Krishna worship versus demigod worship, what are the differences? Can anyone say? Yes. Mike, you have?
One of the major differences is that the results you get after the worshipping demigods is temporary, and whatever you get after worshipping Krishna is eternal.
Yeah, very good. The fruits, the temporary nature of fruits is with respect to demigod worship, and whatever Krishna bestows is eternal. Isn't it? Very good. Next, one more. Anyone else? Any other difference between demigod worship and Krishna worship?
If you worship Indra, you might go to Swargaloka, but if you worship Krishna, you'll go to Goloka.
Yeah, but what? So what? So Indraloka is also a planet. This is also a planet.
How you have to come back from Indraloka.
Yeah, Punya
You enjoy and you
Kshine
come
Punya
back.
Martalokam Vishanti. So if you worship any demigod, their planets are also within the material universe. So that also gets destroyed at the time of annihilation, Mahapralaya, at the time of Brahma's Kalpa, his life. Or even at the end of Brahma's day, the Swarga gets destroyed. Every day it is getting destroyed. So all the demigods' planets are also set to ruin at the end of Brahma's day. But Krishna's planet never gets destroyed. Okay. Okay, so now can so yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
I would like to point one more. Another major difference is that the demigods, not to offend them, but they might not have our best interest all the time. In the sense, if we do the Karam Kand, right, they might bestow the blessings or the boon to us, but that might not be beneficial to us. But Krishna, like a father, even if we keep on asking him for the wrong thing, he would only give us what is right for us. So no matter how much what we do, if it is not good for us, he's not going to grant that boon to us.
Yeah, or he will purify our heart and give it to us.
Yeah.
Krishna gives, but when we deserve it.
Yeah, true.
Very good. That will come now. Can you read? Since you have the mic, you can read. Demigods give what you want. Krishna gives what you need.
In the Vedic scriptures, a person wanting a particular boon is advised to worship a particular demigod. For example, a diseased person is recommended to worship Surya, the sun god. One wanting education is recommended to worship Saraswati. One wanting a beautiful wife is told to worship Uma, wife of Shiva. These facilities are given for less intelligent people who are motivated by material desires. An intelligent person surrenders to Krishna in order to achieve ultimate liberation.
Yeah. Next.
If demigod worship is ultimately futile, why do most people still worship demigods?
Yeah. So if the fruits of what the demigods give is ultimately futile, it's not everlasting, it's not long lasting, it's going to be destroyed, then why do people still go to demigods? Okay.
Because demigods give quick material benefits, and that is what most people want. One reason for this is that the demigods give their worshipper whatever he wants, irrespective of whether it is good or bad for him, just as a shopkeeper does not hesitate to sell a sweet surrounded by flies to a child who pays the due amount for it. But Krishna is a loving father who does not offer his devotees anything which may be harmful for their advancement in spiritual life. He only gives his devotees what they really need or what is their ultimate best interest. What is you see from Shastra, Ravan or Hiranyakashipu got what they wanted from Brahma, Shiva. If they had gone to Vishnu, first his false ego would have been removed.
Yeah. Therefore, the demons don't like to go to Vishnu because Vishnu doesn't give easily. What does Vishnu do? He'll first purify the heart and then he'll give. Like Dhruva wanted a kingdom greater than that of Brahma. So Dhruva was advised to go to Lord Vishnu by his mother, and then he met Narada Muni. And then when he met Lord Vishnu, his heart got purified. Then he said, I don't want that kingdom. I met you. All my heart is completely satisfied. I've attained eternal bliss. I don't want anything material. Lord Vishnu said, but still you had desired it, I'm going to give it to you. And that Dhruva Loka is eternal, doesn't get destroyed at the time of annihilation. So it's given by Krishna, cannot be destroyed. But he doesn't give it easily. He first purifies the heart. So Dhruva wanted to take revenge. So Krishna removed the revenge fantasy in the heart of Dhruva. He removed the lust to enjoy a kingdom from the heart of Dhruva. He removed greed from the heart of Dhruva and then gave kingdom. That means now that kingdom will not influence Dhruva materially. Dhruva will not become proud. Dhruva will not become, janasya mohoya maham mameti. He will not get into illusion, thinking I am the owner, I am the proprietor, I am the enjoyer, I am the controller. Why? Because Krishna removed the contamination from his heart and then he bestowed. This is what a father does. A father does not, like for example, one father, he was giving pocket money to his son, and this son, he would go and smoke cigarette using that pocket money. So then father got to know through some neighbor or something. And what did the father do? He cut the pocket money. He stopped giving him any pocket money. And the son got very upset. He said, you see, father, you are saying that you will one day give me property and everything will be in my name. But now you are not even giving me pocket money. What is assurance that you will give me anything in future? And then many years passed by and no pocket money was given. But later on, while the father was on his deathbed, he called for the son. And because he had cut that pocket money, he did not practice smoking cigarette. Now he had some good habits. He called for the son and he said, okay, take all this money. I have all this money. He said, the pocket money which I was giving you, I stopped giving you in your hand, but I kept it for you in the account. Now that you have developed good habits, now everything is for you. That's what a father does. But now that boy who would take the pocket money to a shopkeeper to smoke cigarette, you think he'll show such compassion? Isn't it? He'll never show, because the shopkeeper is interested in what? The money. He's not interested in the welfare of the boy. The father is interested in the welfare of the boy. So Krishna is like that. Krishna is interested in the welfare of his living entities, because Krishna says, Mama evamsho jiva loke jiva bhutsanataha. Mama evamshaha. All these living entities are my parts and parcels. They are my children. Aham bija pradah pita. So because they are my children, I want to. Krishna is compassionate. He is called as Bhakta Vatsala. So to all living entities, he is very compassionate, just like a mother is so affectionate to her children. So Krishna is also very affectionate to all the living entities. So he doesn't want to spoil them. So therefore what Krishna does, if anyone goes with material desires, Krishna will definitely fulfill it, but after purification of heart. Otherwise, Krishna has given a bypass. Okay, you don't want to come to me, you want to enjoy separate from me, okay. I've also bestowed some benediction, giving power with all these demigods. Go to them. But they don't care for you. There's so many people who say, I really love Ganesh. What is this love? That is not real love. Because eternal connection exists between the Jiva and Krishna. But there is no eternal connection between Jiva and demigod. That's only a business transaction. Okay, continue. Next.
Greedy people worship demigods to give quick material benefits like bungalow, car, material fame, position, possessions, etc. They get the desired results, but do not know that results so obtained are temporary and are meant for less intelligent persons. The intelligent person is in Krishna consciousness and has no need to worship demigods for some immediate temporary benefit. The demigods of the material world, as well as their worshippers, will vanish with the annihilation of this material world. There is no history of anyone enjoying material benefits unlimitedly without surrendering to the Supreme Lord.
Examples?
Example, Hiranyakashipu gained material boons from Lord Brahma and became a super terrorist. Eventually, when he insulted his pure devotee son Prahlad, Lord Narasimha killed Hiranyakashipu. Another example, Ravana worshipped Lord Shiva with severe penances and gained the benediction of a golden Lanka. But when he became lusty for the supreme mother of universe, Sita, he was destroyed.
So what happened to the benedictions given by the demigods to Hiranyakashipu and Ravana at that time when they were about to be destroyed by the Supreme Lord? So in front of the Supreme Lord, the benedictions have no power. Isn't it? And another thing, what does it mean, the temporary nature of these benefits? When you go to the demigods only rearrange your karma. Do you know that? They only rearrange your karma. That means if someone is suffering, you worship demigod, you worship some planets, then what happens? The karma is rearranged. What you're supposed to suffer now, you might suffer later on. But when you worship Krishna, Krishna can remove, he can cut out the entire suffering itself from your karma. You able to understand what I'm saying? How many of you understood what I'm saying? Okay, what did I just say?
If you worship
Yeah.
demigods, your karma is rearranged, and if you worship Krishna, then Krishna can remove that suffering completely.
Yeah, very good. Yes. So therefore, if someone wants to overcome suffering, then they have to worship Krishna. And therefore, the benefits awarded by demigods are considered temporary because it's just a rearrangement of karma. But Krishna can remove complete karma bandhan. The entanglement caused by karma, the shackles of karma can be removed by Krishna. That the demigods cannot do. And therefore, liberation is only offered by the Supreme. Say you are in a prison, you will talk to some other people local to the prison, some prison jailer or someone. They can move you from one prison to another prison, but they will not get you out of the prison. But Krishna is that one. He is like a president. President can actually bail out someone. He has the authority. So if you have connection with the president, he will come, get you released and gets you out of the jail. And that is Krishna. And therefore, the benedictions awarded by demigods, they consider to be temporary. Whereas the benedictions awarded by Krishna, he can change the whole course of your life if need be. But if our own karma is required to purify us of so many other acquired natures, if we are selfish, then he says, okay, let the karma go on. But for a devotee who is even chanting one round of Hare Krishna mantra, Krishna is taking care of him personally. But he allows sometimes karma to act because that is required for us to be purified. But he might reduce the intensity of the blow. He only gives a token punishment. Like that. So therefore, the demigod benedictions given, they are temporary. This rearrangement. Instead of suffering tomorrow, instead of enjoying tomorrow, you will enjoy today. Instead of suffering today, you will suffer tomorrow. But they cannot remove your suffering per se. Yeah. Mike?
So with respect to getting something right, so we had one session where you said that there is Jiva, then there is Maya Devi, and then there is Krishna. So
Correct.
Krishna checks our karma and then sanctions
Correct.
those things to us.
Yeah.
So how does it work when we go to demigods and ask for something? Does it work independently of that flow, or like how is it working in that
No,
case?
still Krishna sanctions. Being
So-
the Paramatma, he still sanctions it.
Okay, so then my question is, why does Krishna sanction something which is not beneficial for me? Like in the case of Ravana, or
Correct.
Hiranyakashipu. So why was that sanctioned when he knew that it is not?
So there's a
good?
choice. There's a free will given to the jiva. Jiva coming to this material world, they have come with the intention to enjoy separate from Krishna. Now, having come to this material world, if Krishna puts a check here also, like sometimes you find that, for some children, they want to go out. He'll say, boy says to his mother, "Mummy, I want to go out." Mummy says, "Arey, not today." "Mummy, I want to eat burger." "Arey, that is not good for health." "Mummy, I want to watch a movie late night." "Arey, it's not good for your health. You sleep early." "Mummy, I want to go with friends." "Arey, those friends are not good." It's like wherever you go, the mummy is behind you. So you don't like it, isn't it? So therefore, when he goes to college, he's like relieved. He can do whatever the hell he wants. So imagine mummy also comes to his hostel. Isn't it? He cannot be peaceful. So now Krishna comes, but Krishna doesn't enforce. So Krishna becomes a silent observer. Upadashta Anumantacha is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Silent observer means he is there for people who want to turn to him. But he doesn't enforce himself. If the living entity wants to do anything independently, no problem. Then he will suffer or enjoy according to his own karma. You able to understand what I'm saying? That means if he chooses Krishna, Krishna will guide. But if he doesn't want to listen to Krishna, then he will suffer or enjoy in his life based on his own activities. If he does good, he will enjoy good. If he does bad, he will enjoy bad. So that's the choice of the living entity. And he because he is very adamant. The living entity is adamant that I want to enjoy it. Krishna says it's not good for you. But he is saying, no, I want it at any cost. Even at the cost of my own destruction. Then what will Paramatma say? He'll say, okay, try. Then he becomes silent. Because he's adamant, it's like Srila Prabhupada gives this example. Once his son, he wanted to put his finger in a rotating fan in the fan. And he wanted to put his finger, but it was rotating high speed. Prabhupada said, hey, it will cut your finger. He said, no, I want to put my finger. He said, no, it will hurt you and you will only cry. He said, no, I want. He started crying to put finger inside. So what did Prabhupada do? He reduced the speed of the fan from 3 to 1. And then was spinning at lower speed. And when he put his finger, it hit. And immediately he started crying. And then Prabhupada said, I told you, it will hurt you. So now in future he will not do it. So similarly, when the jiva is adamant, Krishna allows. How does Krishna allow? He says, okay, you do it. Karma will take care of it. That's the system he has put. Now after trying to enjoy, suffer, whatever he does in the material world, if he gets tired of it after millions of lifetimes, then he comes back to Krishna and says, please protect me. Please take me back home, back to Godhead. Do you able to understand? Yeah. So therefore Krishna sanctions, because Krishna is sanctioning that when he is sanctioning as Paramatma, he is only seeing the desire and what it deserves. But because the living entity is adamant to enjoy it, he allows it to happen. But if the living entity wants Krishna's direction, guidance, Krishna is ever ready to give. Then Paramatma speaks. So Paramatma, who is sitting in the heart of the devotee, is called as Chaitya Guru. Chaitya Guru means one who is sitting in the heart. Sometimes because of mental noise, we cannot hear Paramatma. So that Chaitya Guru manifests himself as the spiritual master externally. Guru, bona fide Guru. So therefore, when one becomes sincere and he develops the eagerness to grow in spiritual life, he has to surrender to Guru. That is the time. Otherwise, one should not go for a Guru. Only when the desire to grow in spiritual life comes, in the heart, that is the time one has to go to bona fide Guru. Then Paramatma speaks through Guru, Paramatma speaks from the heart. So all these things are there. Otherwise, Paramatma keeps quiet. You do what you want and karma takes care. Yeah. And fourth one is
fourth example, right?
Yeah, 3.4.
The demigod worship is ultimately
Oh, sorry,
futile.
Prabhu, just a minute. Actually, does Krishna want material benefits to his devotees? Yeah, we discussed this. Krishna first purifies the demigods don't care purification of heart. Paisa mil gaya na? None. Brahma did not care for Hiranyakashipu's purification of heart. He did it, I gave it. That's all. Business transaction. But between Krishna and Jiva is not business. Have you developed love for me? No. Okay. Better luck next time. Like that. So he gives example of Dhruva, which you mentioned, and even Sudama, who went to Dwarka to meet Lord Krishna simply out of love. Without even asking, Krishna provided him with ample wealth. You know even the example of the fruit vendor lady in Vrindavan, when she was selling her nice fruits, and Krishna gave only a few grains in her small little hands, and she said, "Arey, I don't need any of your grains. You take as much as you want." Because she wholeheartedly gave Krishna, Krishna wholeheartedly gave her. And so when she was trying to lift the basket again, she was thinking, "Why is it so heavy?" And when she opened the cloth, it was all gold. So, not that we have to worship Krishna for gold. If you do it, then it is again business transaction. But if you worship Krishna, then automatically material life is taken care. Krishna will take care. Arjuna had that faith. Therefore, he said, "Krishna, you drive my chariot." But what we are doing? Krishna is ready to drive the chariot, but we are saying, "I think I know how to ride my horses." So therefore, Krishna keeps quiet. Okay, next 3.4.
The demigod worship is ultimately futile. Krishna worship is ultimately successful. The boons of the demigods are material and temporary. Both the material world and their inhabitants during the demigods, including demigods and their worshippers, are bubble in the cosmic ocean. They will vanish in no time.
Yeah, so they are all temporary. The world's demigods as well as their worlds, they're all temporary. Yeah.
The futility of demigod worship can be understood from the following examples. The demigod worshippers may hanker for wealth. I want wealth. I want wealth. Although he may get it. If he does not act piously, he will be forced to take birth as a dog in the next life. Another demigod worshippers may hanker for education and may even become a reputed scholar, but in his next life, he will have to begin from learning ABC all over again.
That means even if you worship Saraswati and become genius in this life, next life will it continue? No. Therefore, they're temporary. Yeah, next.
Even if a demigod worshipper achieves a higher planet, the abode of the demigods, he still has to return to this mortal planet again when the results of his pious activities are exhausted.
That is Kshine Punye Martilokam Vishanti. As soon as your pious credits get over, immediately you drop from the wherever you are, whichever demigod's planet, you drop from there to Bhuloka. Again, you have to start. Okay. Yeah. Whereas you serve Krishna, Krishna says, Yadgatva nanivartante tadhama paramamma. You come to my planet, no need to study anymore. You come to my planet, everything is Satchidananda. No destruction. You will never drop from the planet again. Planet is ever there. It's always there. And is complete, filled with bliss. So it is eternal. Krishna is eternal. Krishna's planet is eternal. Krishna, whatever benediction he gives is eternal. And 3.5 next.
Demigod worship is for the less intelligent. Krishna worship is for the truly intelligent. If demigod worship is ultimately futile, why do most people still worship the demigods? Because demigods give quick material benefits, and that is what most people want.
Yeah, what do we want? Like instant noodles. Now, to make bread, you have to keep yeast or fermentation from overnight. But now you have instant yeast, isn't it? So people have no patience. So they want quick material benefits. Abhi pray kiya, kal hona chahiye, isn't it? Even when people chant Hare Krishna, they say, Prabhuji, I'm chanting for last 6 months, lust is still there. Are Baba, 6 months? You have been trying to enjoy this material world for billions and billions of years, lifetimes. And you chanted Hare Krishna for 6 months and you want results? Is there no patience? So because they have no patience, they want to go to demigods for material benefits. Yeah, continue.
The nature of the promises given to the demigod worshippers is you do this puja for 8 weeks, you will get a good wife. You do this puja for 14 weeks and you will be successful in your court case. For example, the Ganesh Stotra states,
Jape Ganapati Stotram Shadbir Mase Phalam Labhet.
By chanting this Ganpati Stotra, one can achieve results within 6 months. The Stotra continues,
Vidyarthi labate vidyam, dhanarthi labate dhanam, putrarthi labate putram, moksharthi labate gatim.
A student will get good education. A man desirous of wealth will acquire wealth. A man aspiring for a son will get a son, and a man after liberation will achieve a higher destination. In this way, many material benefits are dangled in front of people. Those who want quick results are attracted by such allurements, and thus they worship demigods. Demigod worship is impelled by material desires, but the desire for material sense gratification is like an itching
Yeah.
sensation.
So what does it mean? Desire for material sense gratification is like an itch. How many of you have had itching? What is that called? Chicken pox before? Chicken pox. Ever heard of it? How many of you have heard of chicken pox? Okay, thank God. Yeah. So in chicken pox, you scratch. What happens?
It starts to bleed.
Not just bleed. You feel more scratching. More you scratch, it just gets worse, isn't it? So material sense gratification is like that. So you might, worship the demigods and fulfill your material desires. But is that the end of it? No. That it will increase double. Now the greed for fulfilling material desires become more. Like someone who is poor, he'll say, at least if I become lakpati sufficient. But when you become lakpati, you are satisfied? You want to become crorepati. When you become crorepati, you are satisfied? No. What pati? Arabpati. Then after Arabpati? Kharabpati. It keeps going on. It never ends. Someone who is earning in thousands wants hundreds and thousands. Someone who's earning in hundreds and thousands, he wants to become a millionaire. Millionaire wants to become a billionaire. Multi-millionaire. Multi-millionaire wants to become a billionaire. Billionaire wants to become multi-billionaire. Billionaire wants to become trillionaire. There is no satisfaction. Elon Musk, because he's the CEO, Tesla. How much is his salary? Any idea? How much?
He just got a $30 billion package.
$30 billion.
Sure.
$30 billion.
Or
See,
David, like
yeah, I mean, so last one was his salary was so high, it went into the court, and court said this you cannot get this much. It was so high, and went to the court means he's actually arguing. I deserve that much. There is satisfaction. We say at least give $1 million sufficient. We'll pack up and go back to India. But actually, if you get 1 million, we'll work for 1 more million. There's an interesting story, if I remember. Actually, there was a family and they were very peaceful. And I think it was a prince, or if anyone knows, you can let me know. But the story goes like this. It was a prince or someone who was passing along the road and he saw this very happy family.
Yes.
And he was shown, okay. Yeah. So you can correct me if I'm going astray. So he was shocked, how is this family so peaceful? And then his friend said, how to destroy the peace of the family. He said, you put a bag of 99 gold coins. So he put a bag of 99 gold coins. So next day they opened the door. The wife opened the door. She saw this bag of 99. They know it's 99. So they just went to the room, put everything on the floor, and they started counting. It was counting up to 99. Then the wife told the husband, if there's 99, who would ever put 99 gold coins? There must be one gold coin somewhere. And then they started searching the backyard or wherever it was put. Then what happened?
The man started searching the field, and the farmer, he went out and he searched the field. He thought that somebody, like some insect or some dog, must have touched the bag. So therefore, one coin is missing. So he was searching the entire day in the field, but he couldn't find the one missing coin. And at the same time, in the house, they were so poor that they didn't have anything to eat. So the wife saw the misery of the children. So she took 2-3 gold coins and went into the market to buy some grains. So when this man came later in the night and he said that, oh, now there is only 97. How is these coins reducing? Then he asked his wife, like, where are the 2 coins? Because in the morning it was 99. Now it is 97. So wife said that I went out and bought
grains for those 2 coins. And then he was very furious. He said that, I was out in the day searching for 1 coin, and you couldn't hold on for even one day. And there was a big fight, and due to that fight, the wife left the house with children, and this man was still busy searching for that 1 coin, right? And that totally broke him. The family was broken, so he lost the desire to work in the fields. He was enjoying whatever coins he had. And then after 1 month or 1 year, the same king comes to the field, and he saw that the entire field is full of weeds. And it was very, the house was torn down. And he asked, like, what happened here? He said that that man is still searching for one gold
One
coin.
gold coin. Okay, so from where I left off, I have heard little different. Now after they found that it's only 99 gold coins, the 1 gold coin is missing. So they started looking everywhere for that 1 gold coin. After looking everywhere in the backyard, digging the field, everything, they could never find that 1 gold coin. So then, who was a simple farmer, he went to the city and took up an industrial job to work to get that 1 gold coin. Bas chahiye ek gold coin or 100. Before they did not have anything. Now he got desire to have 100 gold coins. Now once he started working, he would have already got that 1 gold coin, but then it's not sufficient. Then he got desire, okay, if I can work so much and get the gold coin, why not 1 more 100 gold coin? And like that he became very busy. No time for spiritual life. And he actually disciplined the family. Like that. So something like that. Either way, the essence is, there is no satisfaction materially. So what the demigods can give is only satisfaction of material desires. That is also temporary, because they fulfill material desires without removing the disease of enjoying them. Without removing the enjoying mentality from the heart, they are only fulfilling material desires. That means by fulfilling material desires once, the tendency to enjoy material desires again increases manifold. Now can you keep quiet? No, then you have to do it again. So by doing demigod worship, what is happening? You're just itching the material desire. And when you itch, it itches even more. And finally it bleeds. Isn't it? That's what is being mentioned. Now continue reading.
The more you scratch the itch, the more you will want to scratch. The ultimate result of this itching is bleeding and suffering. Similarly, the more we satisfy our material desires, the more they keep increasing, and such sense gratification ultimately leads only to misery. Therefore, going to the demigods for relief is like going to a friend when you are having an itch on your back and requesting him, please scratch my back. The relief that it will provide is temporary, it will not actually solve the problem. But worshipping Krishna is like going to a doctor who will cure the itching sensation by proper medicine.
Yeah, that means itching sometimes happens due to wet skin or dry skin. So you got to go to doctor and they'll give some solution, you apply the solution, then itch goes away. But simply itching the itch only increases the itch. That's the point. And now finally they come to the verse we are discussing today. Antavatta phalam tesham tad bhavatalpamedasam devan devayajo yanti mad bhakta yanti mam api. And the last part is, do all paths lead to the same goal? No, it's just like saying, can you put food in any hole of your body? We all know we have 9 holes in the body, but food only goes through 1 hole, isn't it? So Prabhupada would say, can you put food through here, and he showed different holes also. No, there's only one way you can put food. Similarly, you can only attain perfection by worshipping the Supreme Lord. By worshipping the demigods, there is no perfection. Or it is just like saying you take any flight, you'll go to India. Can you take any flight and go to India? You have a destination on every flight ticket. Like that. So therefore, by worshipping demigods, you will not attain liberation. There is no moksha there. By worshipping demigods, you actually go to the planet of the demigods. Yanti deva vrata devan pittin yanti pittavataha bhutej, what is it? Bhutani yanti bhutejya yanti bhutani madhyaji yanti mamapi. Like that, it's correct. So it says that one who worships the demigods go to the planet of demigods. Those who worship the pitras go to Pitraloka. Those who worship the ghosts and spirits, they go to such planets. And those who worship me, Krishna says, they come to me. Okay? So it's not the same. So yatha taror mula nishechanena tripyanti tatskanda bhujopashakaha pranopahara chetendriyanam tathaiva sarvara hanamachyuteja. This is that watering the root. By watering the root, all the parts of the tree are automatically satisfied. By feeding the stomach, all the senses are happy. If two hands, they take one laddu and gulab jamun, they say, I don't want to feed the stomach, and then trying to enjoy. Is it satisfying? No, they just become weak. But if they cooperate, mouth, hands, legs, they all cooperate to go to prasadam, sit, hands, pray, and then they put the food in the mouth. The mouth, they chew and salivate it and swallow it. Finally goes to stomach. Only when the stomach is fed, you get strength. Isn't it? So we all have to work together to please God. When God is pleased, everyone is pleased. Yasmin tushte jagat tushtam. Yeah. So the demigods cannot award liberation, only Krishna can. Yeah. See, Yamraj and Yamudutas have power only over sinful beings, not Vishnu's devotees. Brahma could give material boons to Hiranyakashipu, but not liberation from cycle of birth and death. When Hiranyakashipu went after performing severe tapasya, what was the first benediction he asked from Brahma? He said, make me immortal. Brahma said, even I am not immortal. How can I give you that I don't have? So he said, ask something else. So then Hiranyakashipu thought, I'm a little more smart. So he said, yeah, sure. I should not die in the daytime, nor should I die at night time. I should not be killed by any kinds of shastra, weapons of this material world. I should not be killed inside my home nor outside the home. Then what else he mention? Of different species, not in the sky, not in the earth, not in water. Not by animal, not by any living entities of this material world. 8.4 million species. Then came Krishna's Adbhut incarnation. Narasimhadev. So Narasimhadev came half man, half lion. Used his nails to kill him on the doorstep of his home at the time of dusk. Not day, neither day nor night. On his lap. Not in air, not on land. Isn't it? If he would have said, I should also not be while putting conditions to Brahma, if he would have said, I should also not be killed by half man, half lion, then what would Vishnu have done? Something else, isn't it? So therefore, we can never become too smart for Krishna. Therefore, Brahma could not give liberation to Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu wanted to become God. That is not possible. And therefore, the revealed scriptures drive the true seeker to worship Lord Vishnu and no one else. Shruti mantra is tameva viditva iti mrityumeti nanya panta vidyate ayanaya. Only by knowing that Supreme Lord one can transcend death, there is no other way possible. This Shveteshwara Upanishad. See, this is beautiful. See? Only Lord Vishnu can liberate one from the ocean of material existence. We're all wet with miseries like this. Mukti pradata sarvesham Vishnu revana samshayaha. Lord Shiva confirms his unique position of Lord Vishnu. Mukti pradata. Mukti pradata means one who gives mukti. Sarvesham to all. Vishnu revana samshayaha. About that only Lord Vishnu can. About that there is no doubt. 3.9. Demigod worship is like bribing officers instead of following the laws of the government. We talked about going to Krishna or being stuck under one's own karma, like that. So when we don't want to listen to Krishna, then he puts us, because we are very adamant, he says, okay, do whatever you want. So that is like, then we go to demigods, we go here and there. When when we go to father and we say, please get me this PlayStation or Xbox, the father say, no, you have not got good marks. Then what do? You go and ask someone else to give it to you. But father said no. Like then the child can go to uncle and say, my birthday is coming, please can you give me PlayStation? Uncle doesn't question, what is your marks? He just gives. So like that. So because one is not He's not deserving. When father doesn't give because he's not deserving, then he tries to get it by other means. Yeah, can you read this bold statement?
The officers and directors are engaged.
Yeah, yes, Prabhu. I'm just rushing to finish this. Once I finish this, you can ask all your questions. बस देख रहा हूँ मैं कितने हो गया बस 2 more. Sorry. Read from here. Yeah.
The officers and directors are engaged as representatives of the government, and to offer some bribe to them is illegal. Similarly, the demigods are representatives of the Supreme Lord, and to worship them separate from the Lord is considered
Avidhi Purvakam, worship done in a wrong way. So even when we approach demigods, we cannot worship separate. We discussed, we cannot tell you are the Supreme Lord, you are the best, there is no one but you are the original, inexhaustible, infallible. We cannot say that and just worship to get boons separately. That is also illegal. I mean, one still remains entangled in this material creation. Okay. If demigod worship is condemned, why do the scriptures prescribe it? 3 reasons. These 3 reasons. Can you just directly read 3 reasons?
accepting Vedic authority to fulfill sense gratification is the beginning of surrender to God.
So first reason is Vedic scriptures still facilitate or they provide this demigod worship just for one reason, that people generally don't want to listen to anyone. So at least this fellow is coming into the fold of Sanatan Dharma somehow. Even to fulfill material desires, at least he's coming. So it is a beginning of surrender. If not to Krishna, it's at least surrendering to demigods who are under Krishna. So it's a good step. So for them it's good. Next.
Demigod worship involves performance of yajna,
Yagya,
sacrifice, tapa, austerity, and dana, charity, that help one to become free from aham, bodily identification, and mama, false proprietorship.
Yeah, that means even to do demigod worship, one has to do Yagya Dana Tapa. And it is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, if the Yagya Dana Tapa should not be given up even by the sannyasis. They also should. Everyone should do Yagya Dana Tapa. So at least for fulfilling one's own material desires, the living entity engages in Yagya Dana Tapa and he is getting purified. How does he get purified? Because when he is doing Yagya, he says, Indraya Swaha Idam na mama, he says. That means this is for Indra, not for me. Chandraya Swaha Idam na mama. This is for Chandra, not for me. So like that he is doing Yagya. Then one day it clicks, Idam na mama. What I'm doing for myself? Are I'm not the enjar. So gradually, because he's offering worship to the demigods, and he's saying that you are the Adipati, not me. Everything belongs to you. So he's becoming detached from Ahamameti. Then he understands, yes, things in this world I need to beg the demigods to give to me. I'm not born with them. That means the demigods have to bestow. So therefore it doesn't belong to me. So he becomes a little detached gradually by performing these Yagya Tapa. And third one?
The worship or the mantras offered to the demigods always carries the name of Vishnu in the beginning and at the end. Thus, a demigod worshipper also recites the name of the Supreme Lord and slowly gets its benefit over a period of time.
It is mentioned in Bhagavatam that any yagya performed has to conclude with the chanting of the Lord's holy name. Achyutaya Nama, Anantaya Nama, Govindaya Nama. Either that, or finally they say Krishna or Paramastu. That means whatever we have done, finally let it be offerable to Krishna. Like that, even by performing demigod worship according to the guidance of the scriptures, somehow they get into chanting of the holy names with some lesser intensity, but somehow they start chanting the holy name of the Supreme Lord, of Krishna, and therefore they get into the habit. So this purification. So what are the 3 reasons why demigod worship is recommended in the scriptures? Is recommended first for answer is on this. Yes, what are 3 reasons?
Beginning of worship, sense gratification.
For sense gratification?
Completion of the sense gratification by praying to the demigods, so they will come to pray. instead of just
So what will happen? I mean that. So why should scripture recommend sense gratification?
beginning of worship. Beginning of worship. So they come
Beginning
to
of-
pray.
No, something more is there.
Beginning of worship to Krishna, at least they're in the on that path, right?
Yeah.
So get to this.
It is the first step to surrender to authority. Otherwise, living entity they don't want to listen to anyone. At least they come into the fold of Sanatana Dharma.
Surrender.
Yeah.
Surrender.
First step of surrender. Okay, good. First step. Then second. The second one.
Then we do
Yeah.
tapa and dana to get rid of mama and
Yeah, gradually we get rid of aham mameti. Correct. Then third one. Easiest. Yes.
The name of Lord Vishnu comes, so slowly get attracted.
Yeah, in any Vedic ritual, it ends with the name of the Supreme Lord. So finally, they get into the habit of chanting the holy name like that. So therefore, see many people, worshippers of Ganesh, they always recite this verse from Mahabharata. Kayena vacha manasendriyedva buddhyatmana va prakriti svabhava karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanayeti samarpayami. Isn't it? Finally, it came to Narayanayeti samarpayami. They don't even know. And they also chant on Ganesh Chaturthi, they chant Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Isn't it? Somehow they get into it. That's why it's recommended by scriptures. But scriptures never recommend separate worship of demigods. Separate means without understanding their position with respect to Krishna. That is not recommended at all. That's entangling. Okay. If the ultimate goal of demigod worship is to become devotee of Lord Vishnu, why not worship Lord Vishnu directly and avoid wasting time? That's what the intelligent people do. Isn't it? They directly worship the Supreme Lord. And right and wrong way dealing with demigods is we respect them as Krishna appointed administrators, but we don't give them false respect of being the original, the Supreme Lord, the best of the best. We don't do that. At the same time, we don't offend them saying that, demigod, I am a Krishna devotee. We don't do that also. We don't disrespect the demigods. Like when you go to a police, say you are breaking a traffic rule. Some constable comes and stops the car. He says, "Hey, constable, get lost. I only talk to DCP." Can you say that? So we connect. We also pray to. We can pray to demigods if we happen to go to the temple. We pray to them in connection to kindly help us to get closer to Krishna, become better devotees of Krishna. Even the gopis of Vrindavan would pray to Mother Katyayani just so that they can get Krishna as their husband. So even the gopis of Vrindavan would pray. Katyayani was what? Durga. But they prayed so that Krishna can become their husband. Such prayer you can also offer. You can offer to Mother Saraswati, see, please bless me that I may understand Srimad Bhagavatam and become pure devotee of Krishna. To Shivalinga, you are topmost Vaishnava. Please make me also devotee of Krishna so that I may get an opportunity to eternally serve him. To Ganesh, oh Lord Ganesh, please remove all obstacles on my way back to Krishna. So you want to worship demigods, you worship like this. Okay. So we covered most of it. We'll just cover the section. Oh, this is Avyaktam Viknamapanam. I think we read all these verses. So from here it is now Krishna condemns impersonalism. Those devotees who consider God to be impersonal, he condemns that in the next verse. So that we'll do next time. Okay? This is Avyaktam Viknamapanam Manyatima Buddhaya. And 725 kya aata hai? Yeah, Naham Prakash Sarvasya. So these two are impersonalist, Mayavadis, these things he defeats. So this we'll do next time. So section, I think from 720 or 721 onwards, he starts talking about demigod worship for 3-4 verses that we have covered. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can ask or you can chat. Online. Yes, Prabhu, if you have any question, you can ask.
Ji, Prabhuji, there was one question with regard to the position and responsibilities of demigods. So, in addition to the fact that they have been installed, they have been given the authority and power by Krishna himself to conduct, like to reciprocate if someone is offering them according to the scriptures. But other than that, do they also have anything to gain if someone is praying them, and if if the prayer is done in the appropriate manner, and if they are granting some material blessings? Do the demigods also have something to gain in return?
It's like, prestige. One is prestige, that like someone prays to you, oh Nitesh, you're the greatest, you know so much. Please bestow your mercy upon me. Even if you don't have power, you will say, okay, don't worry, I'll help you. Isn't it? Someone will say, your friend might say, in hell, you are the greatest, you are the smartest, you know everything, you know the future, you know the past, you know the present. Please help me in the exam. So in exam, you don't want to help, but because he was praying like that, you will say, "Okay, no problem. Because you're surrendering to me, I will take care. The exam, I will show you the paper or something, you can say." But it is not proper. It is not legal. So, but you are ready to, help him out in the exam just because he took a submissive role in front of you, isn't it? So you become obliged. So then you feel, okay, I'm the protector, I'm the doer. So it's a very subtle sense gratification. That's what even Indra felt when the Vrajavasis were worshipping him for rains. And then Krishna came and told Nanda Maharaj, it's not, why are you worshipping Indra? He's just doing his duty. He's supposed to do it. Why? Because Madbhayad Vati Vatoyam Suryastapati Madbhayad Varshati Indro. Indra is supposed to shower rains because he's scared of the Supreme Lord. Out of fear of the Supreme Lord, he's supposed to shower rains. So why to offer separate worship to him? It's useless. He anyway has to do it because the Supreme Lord is the one who is managing everything. Then Indra took offense. He said, how can anyone talk like this? They don't know who I am. And then he called for Samvartaka clouds and he wanted to destroy entire Vrindavan. Then what Krishna did? He showed how small the position of Indra was by lifting one Govardhan, that to pinky of his left hand. He lifted Govardhan and he showed that all the storm of which would come at the time of annihilation could not move a blade of grass on Govardhan. How? Because they were in touch with Krishna's pinky. Isn't it? So Krishna showed Indra what is your position. And then Indra understood, oh, I forgot, this is my Supreme Lord. And then finally he submits and offers prayers. You see, Prabhu? So like that, so the demigods also, they can get carried away by the intoxication of pride, of the sense that I am the provider, I am the Lord, I am the enjoyer. So they can also get into such illusion.
And Prabhuji, you mentioned in the last lecture that there are some who want liberation from the cycle of birth and death because they want to escape suffering that comes with life.
Correct.
But then that's distinct from attaining service for Krishna, because that comes from love for Krishna.
Correct.
So if such souls who are only looking for liberation from the and sufferings from the cycle of birth and death,
correct,
where do they go, and is there any demigod who gives this kind of liberation?
Yeah. So liberation, they have to worship the Supreme Lord. Whether they accept his form or not, they have to worship Supreme Lord. Only he can give liberation. And people who get liberated without attraction to Krishna's service, they go to Brahma Jyoti. Between the material universe and the spiritual universe, there is effulgence emanating from Krishna's body that lights up the entire region. It's called as Brahma Jyoti. They just go there and get suspended. And they just chant Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Like that. They just chant. They have no service. But in 10th canto is mentioned that Aruya Krichena Param Padam Tata Patanti Yadha Anadita Yushmadangreha. Because they have no attraction to serve Krishna, those living entities becoming bored, they again come down to material world. So therefore, liberation is not eternal liberation unless they have developed love for Krishna and desire to serve Krishna's lotus feet. That's what Srimad Bhagavatam mentions.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you. And so So Arya Mataji is asking if I can share the document. I just yeah, I think you should get it now. I just uploaded here on the chat. So go to the YouTube channel, and in the description our Prabhus will put up the links. You can go to the links and hear the lectures in full. Okay, so now we will do chanting.
Prabhuji, yeah,
Oh, yes.